I'm Maggie Harding. Today I'm going to show you how to make this vine. The first thing you're going to need is a base. I've used Dynamite's Holly Branch die, but you can use anything you have that just kind of has a little shape. The vine itself is not going to show. We're just going to use this as a foundation. You're also going to need to cut some leaves and some small little flowers. This is a Spellbinders Blossom 2 die, and this is the smallest in that series. This is Spellbinders Nested Leaves, and it's also the smallest leaf. You need to cut 2 orange flowers with this one and 1 brown flower with this one. Then for your leaves, you want to cut maybe 3, 4, 5, something like that. Then we need 1 large flower, and I'm using a commercial flower, which I've removed the center from. It normally looks like this, but I pulled the center off. And you're going to need a center that looks like a sunflower. So what I've done here is I've taken a button, covered it in a clear drying glue, and then sprinkled it with antique copper microbeads. And you can do something like that. You can also use a pearl center if you have some large pearls. I didn't happen to have any large pearls, so I couldn't do that. Okay, let's see, what else are we going to need? Oh yes, we're going to need some little small flowers, and I've made mine using this Marvy Punch. You can use anything that'll give you a little petal type flower similar to this. Okay, let's put together our big flower first. So you want to take the brown flower and you want to clip between all of the petals about halfway in or so towards the center. Clip all the way around. Take your tweezers and give each petal a twist. This gives a little bit of dimension to your flower and makes it more realistic. Go all the way around. Okay, after you've done that, put a little glue in the center. You can use hot glue or any other kind of quick drying glue that you like. Put the little brown flower in the center. And then add your beaded center. Okay, that's 1 flower. Now for the middle-sized flower, I used a little Lindy's Tiger Lily Red Orange on it, just to give it some brighter color. So just dye it. Then I've already done this one. Take and again clip all the way in on each petal, and take your tweezers and give each petal a twist. Stack one on top of the other and glue them together. Glue them so that the petals are not right on top of each other, so that they oppose each other, like that. Give it a fluff. Then you want to, you can use a pearl for the center. A larger pearl looks better. I'm out of those, but here's one that I put together already that has a larger pearl. I like that look better. Okay, for the small flowers, simply glue one on top of the other with the petals, again, opposing each other. I did touch these a little bit with just a little bit of Prima Brick Red ink, just to give them a little extra hint of color. Okay, and then put another pearl there in the center for that one. Okay, now time to do something with this. Now you want to take some wire. I'm using Prima wire thread. If you have florist wire, that'll work great, but I'm using this, and it was white, and so I just took some Lindy's and dyed it. Now turn it over and put a thin line of glue down the spine and lay your wire right into that glue. As I said, hot glue works really well, but it's kind of messy, and of course don't burn yourself, which I do regularly. Okay. Now be sure you turn it over after you've done that. Last one I made, I forgot to turn it over, but not a big deal. Okay, now I'm going to cut about half of each leaf off because they are going to serve merely as a base for the flower that we're going to build. Then the leaves, just to make them a little prettier, I've dressing them up with a little Lindy's Gator Gumbo. Then I'm going to take a little Prima red brick wall and just touch the ends up a little bit. Okay. After the leaf is dry, put a center crease in it, turn it over, take your wire, put a thin bead of glue down the back, and then just press your wire into it. You'll need, I don't know, 3 to 5 of these. I've already made the rest of them. So, okay, we have 3 flowers and some leaves and a spine. Now the only other thing that we need are some of these fun little squiggly things. The way I make those is just a piece of wire, a paintbrush handle or a chopstick or something like that. Place it there, hold it with your thumb, and wrap. Pull. And there you have it. Okay, now let's put our first large flower down first. Okay. So those petals are going to kind of serve as a base for this large flower. Don't worry about the glue strings. We'll take care of those in a bit. You've got a minute where you can manipulate the leaf and get it exactly like you want it. Then let's add one of these. I'm pulling out this one little base and I'm going to stick it onto there. Okay. Now I'm going to add this flower here. Yep, I'm liking that leaf there, so you can put a little glue on that. Now, if you happen to have a die that has leaves that you like, you could use that without having to cut leaves and so forth, but I specifically wanted to use these leaves, so that's why I'm doing this way. There we go, and I just press it down onto my mat and let it firm up, let the glue firm up, and that way it'll be all together when you pull it up. I think we could use another leaf or two in there. And with this wire that we put on down the center there, you have the flexibility of being able to bend it. Now, for all those little glue strings, simply take your heat gun, and those strings will disappear. That's it. That's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.